How to use your Revolution Gym Gua Sha tool. Be sure that you've put some facial serum onto the skin so that when you're using the tool, it glides rather than drags. I have used the Revolution Gym CBD Balance Cooling Facial Serum. Make sure you apply it to the face and to the neck. Then we're going to warm up the lymph nodes, which can get a little bit stagnant behind the ears. So you're just going to circle, deep breaths, and glide the tool down the neck. Now please notice, see how I'm using the flat edge of the tool. I'm not using this part, I'm using all of the flat part here, so it's at a 45-degree angle. Like this, not like that. It's far too much pressure across just one line of the tool. You want to use the whole edge. Last one. And the other side. You can use any corner of the Gua Sha tool. It's got different corners and different shapes to suit different shapes and parts of the face. So we're just circling behind the ears. I'll get a bit closer. Deep breath in. Exhale. And then we use not the long edge, but the long side of the tool to glide down the neck. See how I'm using the flat of the tool, not the very edge here, okay? Little wiggle at the bottom. You can use this groove here at the collarbone area. Again, notice I'm using the flat of the tool. I'm not using the edge like this. So I'm using this part here, not this part here. 3, 2, 1. Other side. A great thing about these tools, yes, you can get them in lots of different materials. This shiny thing here is stainless steel, and what's great about it is it's antibacterial. So, you know, if you get spots, which most of us do, one of the main reasons we get spots is because we don't keep the skin or the tissue clean. This being antibacterial is going to make it much better and much easier to keep things clean. You do want to be cleaning your tools, but just where this is antibacterial, it's going to help minimize that spread of bad bacteria across and around the face. We're now moving to the jawline. So you want to use this groove here as we move the flat of the stone up towards the ears. 3 times at least. If you want to do more, you can. Just know everyone's always in a rush these days, right? You could do 6, you could do 9. You don't have to do multiples of 3. Up towards the ear, little wiggle. And release. Now what I love this tool for is the nasolabial lines. Often they can get kind of sunken in, especially as we age, they become more defined. This is going to help iron that out and lift this area. So again, we're using the flat part of the long part of this tool. Now you can stop here, or you can go all the way upwards towards the hairline, and I would highly recommend that. And notice how we're actually applying gentle pressure from underneath the nostril, and I'm still applying a little bit here, so we still get a bit of lift on this part of the face, which is great for the marionette lines, which can start to show as we age. Nothing wrong with that, but if you want to minimize them or get rid of them, there is a way. Other side. And the great thing about stainless steel as well is it stays cool for longer. So if you are just on a workout and you want the face to cool down a bit, this is a really great tool to use to cool down the beetroot or the tomato face. Also, if you've just worked out the body, why are you not thinking about working out from the neck up and getting those muscles in the face exercise too? Now, we're going to work with the delicate eye area, but in order to do that, it's really important. We're following the eye socket area. We're actually not touching the delicate piece of skin underneath the eyes, okay? So we're following the border and we're not crossing it. And for that, I'm going to use this part of the tool. You can hold here. That's where I find it most useful. Some people hold here. Some people don't hold at all. Deep breaths as you apply pressure underneath the eye and then glide upwards. 2 and 1. Notice how I don't stop here. See the creases, the sharp A lines, we're going to follow through. So we're smoothing up past the temples into the hairline. Other side. the skin of your eyes is 5 to 10 times more delicate than the skin on the rest of the face. So you do want to be careful with it. Like I said, I'm following underneath the eye line. I'm nowhere near the lower lashes. Now the brows. Instead of coming down to the ear, you're going to lift up at the top. Keep breathing. Up, across, and up again. Now, if you prefer, some people use this edge here, other people use this end. It's up to you. The reason, I'll show you using the other end. Using this end, a lot more pressure is applied to the brow area, you see. Whereas if you use the ends that I used before, I'm catching underneath the brow area as well, and actually I do it like this, underneath the brow area, and I'm doing some of the forehead at the same time. You could do both if you wanted to do both. Now we're going to lift the brow and relax the forehead. Hold in the center. I'm going to turn so you can see that I'm still using the flat of the stone, not the edge of the stone, and we work up towards the hairline. Little wiggle and release. 2 more. Make sure your eyebrows are relaxed when you're doing this. One thing we tend to do a lot that can cause those horizontal lines is we're lifting our eyebrows all the time. You see all the lines coming through. Relax your brows. The forehead will relax and there'll be less signs of those fine lines or wrinkles. Same thing for the side of the forehead. So I'm just gently, really gently holding underneath the brow. The Gua Sha is going to glide over the brow. It doesn't start here, it starts just underneath. And we lift 3, 2, 1. Remember, you need to use a serum on the face so that your tool glides over the skin and doesn't drag or get stuck. So I'm moving across the brow now, even to the edge of the brow, lifting towards the temple area. Let's do the other side, I missed it. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and release. You could even do this if you're the sort of person that leaves conditioner on your hair while standing in the shower for 6 minutes, then you could do this exercise whilst you're waiting to rinse it out. Last little tip, if you get headaches, you can press the Gua Sha tool up underneath the brows. Be gentle, don't apply too much pressure. If you want more, lean the weight of the head forward. And we breathe 3 times, inhaling for 3. Exhale for 2. Exhale. And 1. Now to slowly release, just lift the head and gradually bring the tool away from the face. This is the Revolution Gym Gua Sha tool, and I highly recommend that you try it.